Hello, Assalamu alaikum friends. So welcome to part 2 of this acquisition and merger on CBE. So in part 1, I stopped in the equity value of the two companies and the combined company, and in part 2, I'm going to finish the rest of it. So I'm going to start with appendix 2. Appendix 2 will be starting with the percentage gain in value for both of their shares and each of the three terms, that is cash offer, share offer and mix offer. That's why it's for 12 marks. So for this, right here, we are going to use Excel for it. So now I'm going to write appendix 2. Okay, appendix 2, and I'm going to bold it out. Appendix 2 is linked with part. Which part of it? It is part C, the second part. Okay, you have, as I told you before, you have to clearly mention which part of it the appendix is for. So, and write the main heading. What is the main topic? Percentage gains for Thai and above shareholders. Okay, shareholders under each payment method. Under each payment method. So if you see, my spellings are wrong. Under each payment method. So extending this line. Okay. Next. Now, what is the starting point when I have to find the percentage gain? Okay. Whenever you have to find the percentage gain, definitely acquisition and merger, this question is a must. There is no chance. 100% this question will come. Okay. So in that case, you have to know how to start for the percentage gain. Since this is the most toughest part, so I will go a little slow in this one. Okay, percentage gain, you will start by having the additional value. You have to calculate the additional value, the gain in that acquisition, right? Because if there is no gain, then what's the use? Okay, sometimes they give you the additional value, sometimes you have to calculate. In this case, we have to calculate. So what is the estimate of, okay, so the thing which you have to calculate is additional value. Estimate of additional value created from acquisition, or acquisition, additional value due to acquisition. Okay, created due to synergy. Okay, it's not needed that obviously it's from accusation only. Due to synergy, you have to write it, because synergy, usually if you see the other past papers except December 2018, they give you the synergy benefit. This is the synergy, so you add and get the benefit. But here the synergy is not given. Here you have been given the combined value, you have been given the value of the two companies separately. You just have to find this. So the difference between both of them is the synergy benefit. Now what is it? Right? It was, so what was the value? See, when you have to write the estimate of additional value, don't just write equal to, uh, you know, this minus, oh wait, some of you might do this, okay? Because we know what is the value of additional value. Additional value is what? The combined value. So later in appendix 1, we got the combined value as this minus the addition of two separate companies, because we know that synergy means the addition of two company, the value will be greater. Okay, the combined values company value will be greater than the addition of the this one. It's like 2 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so where's the value of the two company? It is this you can write here plus this. Do you see? This is what highlighting does to you. If you highlight your main answer, it becomes very easy. Just press enter. It will not happen because it is in dollar signs and million and all. You have to take this figure. Or what you can do is simply just take 5,000 because the value of upper was 5,000 plus the value of Thai company was 1,000. Okay, close bracket. If you see it is 720. But when the 720 comes, it's better to show how you got that 720. Okay, now the one thing is I'm not very sure whether you this will be okay or not, whether they will open it and see the working, or whether you actually have to write it and show that it is this minus this plus this. Because in the marking scheme they just give you the answer, that's it. They don't tell that okay, this is enough and all. But if you have a knowledge of it, right, if you have been told that it's okay, they will just press it and they can see the function, then it's okay, you can go like this. But in this case, if they need the working how they got 720, then it's better you show it also. Okay, that's 6720 is equal to, sorry, 6720 minus 5,000 plus 1,000 is equals to 720. But in this case, let's assume that when they click it through formula, they'll be able to see. So we'll just keep it like this, 720. Okay. Now we have not been given the value of the share value, the share price of Thai company. We need to find out. Okay, so we can find out because we know the share value, we know the number of shares per Thai. Now we can find out. So the Thai company value per share. Okay, what is it? You can just put it. What was the total number of shares? Let's see, the share value, the equity value was 1,000 divided by number of shares. In the question, in the exhibit 2, if you see, they have been told in the beginning under Thai company that it is 263 shares. So just put and you will get, right? See, here you will not get it. But you can just keep it like this and here you can do it. Equal. Because you have wrote something and then you put equal, it will not work in that cell. It first, that cell has to be equal. So it could be like this. Here you can show. You can show here or this side. Okay, well, let's show here. Equal to 1,000 divided by 263. Okay, so you can keep it like this, show it like this, and here you can do your calculation. So what is the price? Okay, let's round up. You can even round the round figure. If you are very quick, all these things will not take much time. The reason is I should put comma equal to 0. Okay, oh no, sorry, just take it to one decimal place. 1. Share price is better to take to one decimal place, so 3.8. Okay, it is 3.8 is the value per share. You can even write it here, dollar 3.8 per share and all. So now, because it's very important that you know the share price of both the company and the combined value share price. Without that, you cannot find the percentage gain under any of the three methods. So first, keep this share price for Thai company ready because we have not been given. Okay, I will make it in bold so that we can, because later we will be using it. Now, first cash offer, you have to write, okay, which offer it is. So if it's cash offer, just bold it, cash offer. And whenever percentage gain, you have to always start from the target company. Okay, because that's what I've seen in the past paper, they always start with the target company's percentage gain. That is Thai company, not upper company. Okay, so Thai company percentage gain. Or if you don't want to write the percentage, you can just use short. This is enough. This is understood. Okay, because you have to be quick enough also with the time. You have to, okay, so percentage gain, how much it is. For that, we have to go to the combined company and find out, sorry, the possible acquisition price. Now, if you see the cash, first is the cash offer. So cash offer is 4.4 for each Thai company share. Okay, so that means Thai company is going to receive 4.4 in cash. But what was their share price of Thai company? It was 3.8. So isn't it a gain? It's a gain definitely, because more than their value per share, they are getting it in cash. That's why there's a gain. Okay. So it's just the difference in the cash and the share divided by the share price. Okay. So if you want to write equal to 4.4 minus 3.8. Okay. The difference between these two divided by 3.8, the share price. Well, it didn't come equal to this. Sorry, 4 point. I'm sorry. What was the? It is 4.4 minus 3.8. You can write, or just simply click the cell, divide by 3.8. You're not getting it. So just write simply 4.4 minus 3.8. Okay, divide by 3.8. Okay. So you are getting it 15. This. Okay. So you are getting it this. Okay. Now I'm not very sure whether you have to write it and then do the formula, or you can just do it as a formula like this. Okay. So that, make sure that you know whether this is enough or not. I'm not going to talk much about that because I don't have knowledge of that. So now better to convert this into percentage, because they told percentage gain. So don't leave it like this. You have to convert into percentage. How are you going to convert into percentage? Round, equal to. You can, or maybe you can just go here, click, go to format, cell, go to percent, and depends if you want to write it in one decimal place or whole number or this thing. Okay. So let's say that you want to keep it in one decimal place. That's normally the loan and press OK. So it will come like this. Okay. But I think this will be enough. You don't have to write it, because anyway, if you click, right, I think it's a waste of time writing and then showing it as a, then doing the calculation. The reason why I'm telling is because anyway, if they click the cell, they'll be able to see the formula here. So, okay, so 15.8% is the gain, as you can see. Okay, it is in percentage. Already it will be shown as percentage. So this is the gain for Thai company. Now, since this is an answer, even in the requirement I need it is better I color it. You can use different color. This time let me use the yellow color. Okay. So all my appendix 2 answers will be in yellow. Or you can keep the same orange as appendix 1. Does not matter. So the color does not matter so much, but you have to be very careful with the choice of your color, because some color, it's not visible. Okay. The number becomes very dark. Let's say I will change this number. Let's say I'm using a darker font. It should not be something like this. So use a color which is visible, so that now number is visible. Okay, but I will make it bold. Okay, so the next one is Oppo company shareholder percentage gain. Meanwhile, have a look. Okay, have tick which ones are covered. So one thing is covered. I need 6 separate answers. Why 6? Because for both the companies there are 3 offer: cash, share for share, mix offer. Under the 3, I for the both the companies I need the percentage gain. So in that means total 2 into 3 there will be 6 answers, which has to be highlighted in yellow. So this will tell you whether you're on the track or not. So I have got one, that means 5 more percentage gain to calculate. Next I'm going to calculate for the Oppo company. Oppo or whatever it is. I would say Oppo. Okay. Just paste it here. Just change the name of the company. That's it. So what I'm going to do here, okay, additional value going to Thai shareholders. Okay, I'm not writing the full sentence. I'll just reduce this. Additional value going to Thai. What will be the additional value going to Thai? You can do the workings over here or you can do it sideways. So let us do it here. Equal to. Remember, we have been given 263 shares, right? So in this 263 shares, 60% is equity. So multiply by 60%, which is 157.8. Okay. Next, additional value going to upper. This will be copied and this will be pasted here. What will be the additional value? See, what was the additional value? We got it here, 720. Let us highlight this also. It is this one. So 720 was the additional value. Out of the 720, you have to first find out how much is going to Thai and how much is going to Oppo. Okay. So 60% of 263. Okay. Next, 720. Okay. So this 720, equal to 720 minus this one, close bracket. Why it didn't come? See, when a formula does not work, please understand. Okay, it is 720 minus 720 minus this 157.8, close bracket. Okay, so additional value, the balance out of 720, if 157.8 goes, so the balance will go to above, right? It is understood. Now, as a percentage, how much it will go? Out of this much is going to Oppo. Okay, divided by what was the Oppo share value, equity value, right? It was 5,000. Can you see 5,000? But if you click this, it will not work. Okay, you can just press 5,000. That was Oppo's equity value because we are finding the percentage gain for Oppo. So out of additional value, 562.2, okay, from 5,000. Okay. Now, if you want to convert this into percent, no need. You can just go here. Okay, format cells and take it as a percent, and okay, it will come as a percentage. Format cells percent. Okay, make sure that it's blue. Okay, it's clicked. Why it's not working? Cells, check again. Okay, so it's working, so make sure that it's in one decimal place. Okay, 11.2%. So now we have in the cash offer we got for the Thai company also, and we got for the Oppo also. Okay, see, the reason why we had to do so much of working for the Oppo company and not for the Thai company is we just got the difference between the two. That's what we did for Thai, right? That's how we got 15.8. The reason is because we have been given the price. Look at this. When you see, not the requirement, I'm sorry, here. If you see the cash offer of 1.4 for each of the Thai company share. So we know the share price of Thai, we know the cash offer, so we can compare the difference and get it out. But when it comes to the upper company, we cannot do the same way. We cannot take 4.4 minus the upper company share price. That's what I wanted to show. For that, that's why always we take the Thai company, the target company's percentage gain first, because it's easy. But when it's the acquire companies, in this case Oppa who have acquired, for their percentage gain you have to work it out this way. You have to get the additional value for Thai, then the additional value is the Oppa, then as a percentage. Out of that additional value from the total equity value of that Oppa, you will get the percentage gain. I hope this is more clear now. So now I can highlight it, okay, because these are the answers. Okay, this 15.8 and 11.2, so 2% I got. That means my cash offer is over. You always have to keep a track where you are and what else you have to finish, because there are numbers of calculations, and no, make sure you don't panic and get confused and lost. Okay, next is share for share offer. Under share for share offer, same, we are going to start with the Thai company. But for Thai company share for share offer, if you see the possible acquisition price, just read this. Through a share for share, number of Thai company shares exchange for number of Oppo company shares. Number of Thai company shares are exchanged for number of Oppo company shares. Usually what happens, they give, if you see the other questions, 2 shares for one of their company shares or 3 shares for 2 of their shares. They tell, but here they didn't tell. That means what? We have to find out. To find out, there are so many workings here required. So I hope you don't get confused with the workings and all. But they have told you one thing, they have made your life easier. They have told that the shares has to be in such a way that 55.5% of the additional value created, okay, is allocated to Thai company, and the remaining 44.5 is allocated to upper company shareholder. Okay, don't read mixed offer, it's not needed. When we go to mixed offer, then you read. Okay, this is the mistake you should not do when you're doing something. Let's say you are in the cash offer, do cash offer only, work on that, don't read the others. When you do for share, then you have to be on that. So about mixed offer, we are not reading it. When we go to mixed offer, then we'll need all this information and all. Okay, so now we have to work out on this, starting with Thai company, the target company always. So they have told us the percentage of the additional value, so we can just copy paste here. Okay, just so just if I want to copy it here and paste it here. Okay, additional value going to Thai. So what is that additional value? Or you could say share of additional value. Okay, because it is the percentage. Now going to Thai company. So what is the additional value going to Thai company? What was the additional value? 720. Okay, 720. So equal to, you can click 720 or you can just write here 720. Okay, multiply by what was the percentage for Thai company? 55.5% should go to them. So either you can write 55.5% like this, or you can write 0.555. Either way the answer is correct. 399.6. Okay, keep it as it is. Next we have copy paste. Just copy paste it here. This is, and change the company. So here what you're going to do is same, the remaining 45.5%. So it is 720 multiplied by 0.455. 327.6. And if you want to be sure whether the answer is correct or wait, something went wrong. 445. Okay. Yes. If you want to be sure whether these two are correct or not, just add both of this. It should be equal to 720. Okay, quickly you can do this and erase it off. Just add this. Just see, it's correct. But this is not needed, you can erase it off. Next, now as a percentage. As a percentage. How will you get it as a percentage? Simple. The additional value going to, what is it? Oh, there is another thing you have to do. You cannot just do as a percentage here. This is share for share. So the share price will change of the Thai and the Oppo. We didn't take that into consideration. This after in share. See, in cash offer there is no change in share. That's why nothing to do. Directly we could do, but in share, remember when we took the share in the beginning of Oppo, it was 2.5 into 2000, which is 5000. But now it will not remain as 5000. It will change because we are taking some of the Thai company shares also, and we giving their shares to Thai company. So share will change. So what should we do? What should we do? Find the Oppo companies equity value after accusation. I'm just writing ACU. If you read this much also, it's enough. It's understood. Okay. What is it? It will be equal to 5000 was before the pre-accusation. If you just see here in appendix 1, it is 5000 before accusation. That means with accusation. Okay. What is it? Just add this. That's it. Not that. Sorry. This one. It is this. Share of additional going to Oppo. Because we know this much of share is going to Oppo. We just found the amount of share from the additional value, how much is going to Oppo. So you have to add this with the equity value. Because remember they didn't tell you how much share you are giving to two share for one or one for two. Here they just told it in terms of percentage. That 55.5% of share for Thai and 45.5% of shares for Oppo. That's why we are adding that 320.4 with 5000. So this is the value. If you don't find the value after accusation equity value, you will not be able to find the percentage gain. For share offer, and mixed offer also is there. Share is there in mixed offer also. So when you come to share for share offer, these things you have to look into account, take into consideration. That's why I practice share for share and mixed offer more, because cash offer is something which is easy. These things needs lot of training also from your part, because it's very easy for you to miss out this part and just take 5000 the before accusation. Okay. So now what is it? And the other thing also, we are doing all this calculation is to find how many shares. Here we didn't give. We have to find from scratch how many numbers of shares. That's why we are doing this. We have to do it. We have to find the equity value after accusation and all. So now what we have? We have the equity value, right? We have this equity value. Now what do we need? We need the share price after accusation. Why? See here the share price. If you see the share price, which is 2.5 of Oppo, is before accusation. After accusation, share price changes. Okay, we need it. This is a combined company now. So it's not about the share price of Oppo or Thai. It's just one share price. That is the combined company share price, which we have to find out. It's not given. Okay. So Oppo company's share price after accusation. Why Oppo company? See, we name it Oppo company's share price only after accusation. We don't say Thai company share price after accusation. Because Oppo is the one who is going to take over Thai. So whatever is the share price remains with Oppo. Now two companies are merged and it will be known as Oppo company share price after accusation. Okay. Oppo's share price after accusation. I'm just using short forms here to save time. Okay. So what is it? Equal to this divided by, okay, after accusation, whatever the equity value, divide by number of shares. What is the number of shares? Number of shares will be 2000. 2000 from, if you see here, the 2000 from Oppo. We are not adding Thai company share or anything like that. Even though this is after acquisition. Why? Because we are finding for the Oppo company. Okay. We don't know the number of shares after acquisition. So it's just you divide by 2000 to find the share price. Okay. Which will be 2.6602. You can take the 2 decimal place if you want to round up. You can round this. Round this. If you wanted to round it to 2 decimal place, then it will be 2. Okay. Next, Oppo company shares to be allocated to Thai company. Allocated to Thai. How much will be allocated to Thai? To get that also, it will be equal to, okay, how much Thai had? 1000 before acquisition. Add with it after acquisition, they will be having this. Okay. Then divide 2.66. After acquisition, this is the share price. So it will be 520, 526. Or you can even round it to whole number. So round this 1 comma 0. Sorry, not that one. The number cell I selected was wrong. Comma 0. 526 is the number of share. Now, what is next? I have the number of shares allocated to Thai. That means Oppo shares allocated to Thai, okay? 526. And how much was Thai share? It was 263. If you see here, right? 263 million shares. We are not taking this 2000 shares into account of Oppo, okay? That's not into consideration. So now we have been given 526 and 263. Just see what happens, okay? Just divide this by this as S2. Why we are dividing? To find the ratio. To find the ratio. That means from the Oppo shares, 526 will be given to Thai and Thai has 263. It's like 526 is to 263. It's like this. If you have to write as a ratio, 526 is to 263, right? So that means if you write it as ratio, it will be 2:1. I hope you're understanding. Something has happened there, that's why this is not working. But it is like that. 2:1. We have to find the ratio. That means we have solved the question. They have not given us number of how many number shares we are giving to Thai. But we have found out. It's 2:1. That means 2 of the Oppo shares for 1 of the Thai company share. That's what we wanted to find out. 2 of Oppo shares for 1 share. 2 of Oppo share for 1 share of for 1 Thai company share for 1 share of Thai. Make sure that you write this. Now it's understood. Now we know the number of shares. So now we know the number of shares. Now the question, actual calculation comes to find the percentage gain. Okay, Thai company percentage gain. All these things we were doing is not to find the percentage gain. We were doing to find this 2:1, the ratio. That's why we are finding the equity value after acquisition, then the share price after acquisition, right? And the additional value going to tie and up all those things. Now, if you see, just compare your cash with this. Cash directly we found the gain for both the company. Now, here also we are going to start from here. So now, Thai company share. So Thai company shares when you take, what should you do? What should you do? Think. This is after accusation. Okay, so after accusation you have to take 2.66, the share price. Okay, that means of this multiply by 2 shares, because two you are giving Thai 2 of the opposed shares. So you have to multiply that number of share by 2.66, the share price. Okay, minus. I don't think it will perform the whole calculation, but we'll try minus. Minus what? What is the share price for Thai company? Because remember here we took what? Just click here and see. We minused by 3.8. This is what we did, 3.8. Right? 3.8 is the Thai company share. Here also we have to compare it with 3.8 only. Okay? 3.8. It's nothing new. Whatever we did there, here also we are doing. In the cash, whatever we did, share also, we are minusing it by 3.8. Multiply by 1 only. Why? Because 1 share of Thai. So no need to multiply by 1. It's understood. If it was more than 1, yes, you multiply. Because 3.8 into 1 is 3.8 only. Divide by what? 3.8 into 1 only. Thai company share before accusation. So if you put as a percentage, it's coming 4.32, which is wrong. The reason why this is wrong is because of this. Just see, you multiplied and then you minus 3.8 divided by 3. So when you have so much of lengthy calculations, this shows that Excel is not a good thing. You better you put numbers in some cells so that you can just put it. Okay. So we can keep this somewhere else, like let's say if you want to keep the share price 2.6 into 2, you can keep it in some cell and then write it, or directly just put 2.66 into 2 minus 3.8, because that is the share price of Thai before accusation, divide by this. You can put in the bracket, divide by 3.8. You see, it's not. No, this is wrong. So in this case, what you could do is you could use your calculator and use it, right? Because it is 2.66 into 2 into minus 3.8 into 1 divided by 3.8 into 1. Such a long calculation, right? So what you can do is you can do like this. You can do step by step. 2.66 into 2. Keep this answer ready here. Now, when you do this minus 3.8 minus 3.8, close the bracket, divide by 3.8, 0.4. As a percentage, if you want, it will be 40% only. Okay, you yourself manually can do it, or you can use format cells and then convert the 0.2 percentage, but you have to keep it in percentage. Okay, so this is Thai companies here. I will color it. Okay, 40% is Thai companies gain. So a good thing what you can learn is, when you cannot do a question like this function where you have a lot of calculations, deduction, addition, multiplication, division, then don't do it in one line in Excel. If you use calculator, you can use calculator, or you can use it step by step, like how here I did. First I multiplied, kept the answer ready in this cell, and then I used this, deduct it by 3.8, divide by 3.8. Okay, step by step also you can do. But I feel still doing in Excel step by step is much faster than using calculator. Imagine you have to open this calculator like this, and then you select, click each number one by one, then search for bracket, and also it's waste of time. Next, so that means we have three percentages we have found: 40, 11.2 and 15 point. Make sure in your main exam when you do it, all the ones which are colored are kept in one line. Like if you're writing in this line, let's say in B cell, so all are in B cell. Consistency has to be there. Always maintain consistency. If you're writing your main answer in some way, some format, all the other answers also has to follow that order, so that the examiner knows that these are the answers and these are just workings. Okay, next, that means another three more. Above companies percentage gain. Okay, so above percentage gain, if I have to get, what will I do? Same here also I have to take 2.66 for Thai also, for Oppo also. After this one only I have to take. Okay, after accusation the share price is 2.66 minus okay, just open and see, it is 2.5. This you have to compare after accusation and before accusation. 2.5. Okay, close bracket, divide by 2.5. It is 0.64 percentage. Now if you want, you can keep as this, or you can just 6.4 percentage also you can write, and then color it. Okay, the reason why I'm coloring it here also, the reason is because in the report when I go, remember, I have to write it here in appendix 1 and 2, the numbers I have to input here. So how do you think I will import if I have to search from all this what is the main answer? That's why it's important that you highlight your main answers. Okay, and consistency is there. Next, mixed offer. Finally, mixed offer. Mixed offer is usually supposed to be done at the last, because it is a mixture of share and cash. If you are good with cash and share, if you have done it well, then mixed offer is nothing for you. But in mixed offer, let us read. Through a mixed offer, a cash payment of this one and one of Oppo share for each Thai share. That means 1:1. Whenever it's 1:1, your work becomes much easier, right? So cash payment and one for share. So the share is this. It is estimated Oppo share price will become 2.6 per share. When a mixed offer is made, the share price will become 2.6. Okay, for the Oppo share price. Currently it is 2.5. Similar acquisition food manufacturing industry will normally attract a share premium. So normally they have given this range. Why they have given this range is for you finally, after you have got all the percentage gain, you to compare whether it is between this 15 and 40% range or not. Because other similar food manufacturing industry, they have this premium 15 to 40%. Okay, if it's in between that range, then it's a healthy, the percentages are healthy percentages. Okay, so mixed offer also, since we have done lot of workings in the share for share, we got the number of share after acquisition share price, nothing to do in mixed offer. We can directly calculate the percentage gain. We don't have to do additional working in the mixed offer. Okay, so if you see, lot of working was required in the share for share, because we had to find the share price after acquisition, then we had to find the number of shares after acquisition, then we had to find the numbers of shares which you are giving to Thai company. That's why so much of working was required in the share per share. So now those figures we can use in mixed offer. This is an advantage, that when some area you have to work so much, examiner will make sure that in the other areas you don't have to work so much. You can just straightly use the numbers and go ahead. So Thai company, okay, make sure that consistency is there. I have been starting with Thai company in all the other two, so here also it is Thai company percentage gain. Okay, so here also when I get Thai company's percentage gain, since I have to multiply by number of shares, so and here also I have a long calculation to do, so I am going to do step by step calculation. Okay, what is that step by step calculation I have to do is, it is, okay, I will open this. The share is 2.09, share price will become 2.6. You have to add both this 2.09 and 2.6 because this is a mix offer. Once you add, you minus it by 3.8 because Thai company's share price before acquisition was 3.8, divided by 3.8. Okay, so if I have to do it in Excel, let us use the formula and see whether we can do it in one go or not. Okay, equal to 2.6 plus 2.09. You are adding the share price in the mix offer and the cash. Okay, minus 3.8. Wait, bracket, will put bracket over here, divide by 3.8. So it came in one go. Okay, you see, just make sure that you put a bracket before you divide. Okay, because addition and subtraction, if you have, see, the problem comes, why I told you, let me tell you why this 40% I didn't get and how this I got in one go. Because when it's addition and subtraction, normally they will add and subtract, but the problem comes when the sign is addition or multiplication or division or addition, like that. Plus minus together it's okay, but when it's division and multiplication, like how here it was multiplication, that's why that was the, that's why that's is a problem, that's why it was a problem. It was a multiplication and then a subtraction and then a division. But when it's an addition and a subtraction, then it's not an issue. You just put the bracket, divide it. I hope you're able to understand, and then you will get it. But in short, if you don't want to take that risk, for example, some of you are not so confident in your this thing, what you can do is either you can check this with a calculator, but I think it's a waste of time again, or rather you could do it step by step. Okay, what is it is that you just add 2.09, sorry, 2.09 plus 2.6, keep it ready here, or you can even divide it, you can minus by 3.8, keep it as it is, then we know it's 3.8 here. or or what you can do is this, divide by 3.8 to get in terms of percentage. You see, same answer you will get, but this you are doing, this you are doing in one go, and this you are doing step by step. Anything is correct, you can do in any way, but make sure, since this is a big number, it has to be in percentage. It will be in 23.4 percentage. Okay, if the percentage sign is not there, you have to put the percentage sign by yourself and highlight, not highlight, cell. Now one more is there left, which is for Oppo companies percentage gain. That's it, and then we are over with all the calculations. Then we can complete the report by writing a conclusion and the reaction. So where is it? Here, what are we going to do? Just think, what did we do for cash and share? Here, easily you cannot do. This is a mixed offer. So because of mixed offer, what happens? Share is also there. Share is also there. The number of shares will change. We cannot use exactly the same number of shares as for share offer, because this is complete percent share for share offer, right? Remember the shares and all, we got the share value. Then we got the share price 2.6 is, we cannot use it here. It is for just for share, but the mix offer is different. Why? Why it's different? Because in the share for share, it was 2:1. Remember, two of the opposed share for one Thai share. But in the mix offer, it is one of the opposed share for one of the Thai share. That's why first we have to calculate that before we find the percentage gain in oppo. Understood? So additional value going to Thai company shareholder. Just copy paste this here because no time to waste, okay? When you copy paste and click it in one cell, it will copy in the three cells as it is normally. Okay, so percentage of additional going to Thai, this you have to do. When it's for share. Why? Because when you see the cash offer, just see the cash offer. Cash offer, what happened is, what did we do in the cash offer? Even in the cash offer, we did that. We found the additional value going to them, right? That's how we got for our POW. Here also we had to do so much of working to get for our POW. So what happened? How much will go to opposed share? What is the percentage of gain? Right? What is the share price? This 0.9 is actually the share price only. Okay? Because it is, when you take it as a percentage only, it is 23.4%. That's why you're divided by 3.8. But as a share price, it is 0.89, the Thai company. In the mix offer only. You need mix company share price for that additional value going to Thai. Okay, so it is 0.89. That is additional value. Just see here from the function, you can see. You add cash and share minus 3.8, the previous. So it is 0.8. The additional value is 0.8. Okay. So 0.89, that is the share price, equal to 0.89 multiplied by number of shares. What is the number of shares? For above shareholder, okay, you just multiply 263 because they have 263 shares, Thai company. Okay. Why here we did have to find shares like here we did? Because here we don't know the ratio. We have to find 2:1, but here is 1:1. Just see here, 1:1. So 1:1 means, so 263, that means 263 shares, 1:1. So this one of the share of Thai for Oppo. So you can just take it 263. That is the beauty when it's one share of Thai for one Oppo share. You can just use the share price. Sorry, this number of shares. Here we don't have to worry about finding number of shares and all those things. So that's why we can multiply by 263. Now do you understand why we multiplied it by 263? Because it's clear that it's one for one share. And when we are coming to the Oppo, so Oppo, it will be 720 only minus this. There is, see, there's no equal sign, it will not work. 720 minus this. Okay, out of 720, the balance goes to Oppo. So as a percentage, if you want to find out, okay, it is just simple. Just take this, divide by 5,000 shares. Pre-acquisition, okay, the Oppo. So as a percentage, if you want to take it, it will be 9.7%. Another thing you have to bear in mind is how many places you are rounding your number to. Let's say you are rounding it to one decimal place, then all your answers has to be in one decimal place. If it's two decimal place, all your answers has to be two decimal place. Consistency has to be there. You cannot round according to your wish. Some you are rounding in one decimal place, some you are rounding in two decimal place, some percentages you are rounding as whole number. So don't do that. Consistency has to be followed there also. Okay, how you display, how you are rounding up, right? And another thing which I want to tell is, don't highlight in different colors. It has been told that is, try to avoid wherever you can. Don't try to fill every cell, only where it is required, and don't fill with different colors. It becomes very confusing and all. Just keep one color, so that is easy for you to understand. Consistency is there, right? And something which you can see clearly, which makes your answer see very visible. Don't use dark colors, avoid dark colors, and don't use very bright colors also. Okay, so you have to be sensitive in picking up the good color. Okay, so now what else we have found all. Let us see this. One thing I just wanted to see is, right, okay, so okay, so if you see the cash offer and the mix offer, just see the cash offer for Oppo. Okay, it is, sorry, this 11.2, it is divided by 5,000. Okay, A5 is in the 5,000. Okay, 5,000. Even in mix offer, it has been divided like that, same way it has been done. This one, okay, divided by 5,000 only as a percentage if you want to get. Let us see the share for share. Here we took the share price. Okay, so wherever you took the share price, you take the share price, but we took 2.5. Okay, so that means only always it's after accusation. What is the share price minus before divided by before accusation price? In short, I'm telling you the summary of it so that you don't get confused. And when you come to Oppo here, it is the same. Additional value going to this. The reason why I'm not doing share price over here is, or not in the cash, is because in cash you cannot find the share price. In mix offer also share price is not given. What they told is share price will become 2.6 when a mix offer is, but you cannot use this 2.6 and compare it with 2.5. The reason is because 2.09 is also there this time. Okay, cash is there, but in cash we did that, but here we cannot do it in the mix offer, right? That's why if you see, we added this. We added 2.6 with this minus 3.8. With Thai, yes, we can compare it. But when we come to Oppo, we didn't do it like that way. We found the additional value going to Thai and Oppo, and then we found it as a percentage. Okay. So make sure that you do these questions many times, because I know such questions are easy to, get. So with this is over. Now I can go to my word processor. You could either copy paste your Excel to this, but I would say that if you do it, it will come in a very, haphazard way. It might not come in that order, the tables and all. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to write in appendix 1 all the numbers. What am I going to write? Oppo. So that with that we are done with all the calculations appendix. Now I'm going to fill the report. Oppo companies equity value. When you write the report, be very careful, okay? Professional marks you will get here. Equity value pre-acquisition. You have to write it whether post or pre because requirement asked you. Oppo companies, here does not matter what you write Oppo or Thai, because here you have done the calculation. For the calculation purpose you have to do with Thai companies first. Okay, just I will write and then I will put the numbers later. Thai companies. Okay, in case you don't want to write Thai companies equity value preparation, then just copy paste. Right, wherever you can save time. Thai company equity value pre-acquisition and combined companies equity value post-acquisition. Equity value post-acquisition. I'm just going to write accusation. Okay. What am I going to do now? Now I have the figure. Right? I have all the figure. So I just have to write it next to each. This is what you have to write in the report. Do you understand now? You're just answering your main requirement, that's it, and putting the one number only. So how much was it? Right? I've highlighted here. So when you copy paste, be very careful what happens. Just see what happens now. See? When you copy paste it will not paste it, the orange color thing will not come. It is only in Excel. When you copy paste, the number 5000 as it is will come like this. Right? Either you can type, either you can copy paste. Anything is acceptable. Now for Thai companies equity value. Now since I've highlighted, it's easy for me. See how easy it is for me just to pick and just select and copy paste. This is what when you have start the report. Now what happens is when you first do the calculation and then you start writing the report from the scratch, imagine how much time you're wasting, because it takes a lot of time. Now when the format is ready, what do? You have the number, just copy paste, that's it. Your report is complete. Even if you're not able to complete the report, at least your introduction is there, that layout has been there. Whatever you have copy paste, you were able to copy paste, at least that thing is there. So writing introduction and conclusion and keeping this format ready will not take so much of time. So it's always better you keep the format, keep the subheadings, keep spaces like this, and keep the report like this as it is. Later you can copy paste. What was the combined values post acquisition? This one. I'm not being able to see the copy paste. The reason is okay. So copy paste. Okay, just see. Isn't it very easy? How simple it is. Already the report is there. I just have to fill it. Now coming to appendix 2. So appendix 1 is over. Now if I don't need the space, what I can do is just press backspace and it will come. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, you can just there also, it's okay, it does not matter. Appendix 2. Read the requirements always. Percentage gain in value for each of the share the 3 methods. Okay. So this line they have written, right, in the answer. So it's better that you also write this because later you will be needing this. That is the synergy benefit they are writing, because they have not provided you in the question. Therefore additional value, they are first writing that additional value before you write it in terms of percentage based on synergy. So the additional value based on synergy benefit is how much? Just copy paste 720. Right? Whatever I have highlighted only I'm copy pasting. Okay, this has to be in dollar. Don't forget the signs. the currency and the million, or if you take it in terms of percentage, how much it will be? 12%. How? You can just, it will be 720 divided by 6,000, because 6,000 was the 5,000 plus 1,000, the separate the two separate companies valuation out of the 720 synergy. So in terms of percentage, it is 12%, because all your percentages gains are in percentage. That's why here they have shown it in percentage. Okay, it's better whenever they don't give you the synergy benefit, it is better that you write this one line, this statement, writing in terms of both the value and the percentage. What is the synergy benefit? Now, estimated estimated write it in full. Okay, here don't put like this, don't do this. You are writing a report, here you have to write in full. In the workings in your spreadsheet, yes, there you can do, because ultimately what matters is the number you are getting correct or not. Estimated percentage gain in value. Okay, this bold it out. Okay, why you have wrote a separate heading? Because you are putting this in terms of a table now. Insert table. Okay, 3 columns, 4 rows. How will you know? You will see here 2 into 4, so it's 3 into 4. Okay, this much is enough. If you want, you can reduce the length. Okay, this much is not required. Okay, so I'm going to write the two company, Oppo company and Thai company. Okay, it's in bold. Okay, make sure. See, alignment and all you can do later after you finish the whole report. If you have the time, you can do all the decoration and all those things. But if you're running short of time, then don't do all this decoration, aligning, centering, all those things. Just complete and go to the next question. Later you can come back and do it. If you have time, if let's say the first question is 50 marks, means 90 minutes. So if you have finished the question in 85 or 80 minutes, then the remaining 5 or 10 minutes you can use to decorate and nicely do that. Or you can go to the next question and come back later and do all those. But focus your attention on completing it, okay, rather than decorating and nicely and wasting time. All the 3 offer you're writing: cash offer, okay, share for share offer, mixed offer. Now you can just copy paste the number for the cash offer. Okay, I'm going to resize it. So here what I'm going to do, everything in yellow. Either you can write, either you can copy paste. Okay, this 15.8 copy where? Thai company. Copy. Now if you see here, copy, you're not able to paste here because this is a table. Otherwise normally you can. So what happened is better that you write it. Okay, 15.8%. Okay, so I'm not referring to the table, the spreadsheet anymore. I can just close down the spreadsheet. Just all the ones which I've highlighted in yellow, now I'm just writing it. Okay, if you see, all the numbers are in one decimal place. So 40.0%. Okay, Now if you want, okay, if you want, you can then do the adjustments and all, assuming you have time. Okay, now just see. This is what I call professionalism. Okay, rather than, whenever, quick tip here again, whenever you have such thing where you have to put it in a form of a summary or a table where a lot of numbers are required, then you can just create a table like this and put it like this, the summary. Even for exchange rate also you can do this, where you're using forward, future and options, and you have to compare and then recommend, because you need a conclusion and you need to make a note of, because part C is likely reaction of shareholders, so you need this table in front of you. Like every time you cannot be opening the spreadsheet and looking the numbers and so this is what, just look at this report. I will just make it big so that you can see. Just see. It looks neat, professional, to the point, and right, just see. When someone sees this for the first time, quick, they will be open. When they see this table, they will be able to know. So your report has to be of such. For this, all things you are getting the 4 professional marks. How you present, presentation matters a lot. Next, now I'm done with this also. So now the third is likely reaction. You see? So I'm going to write here the likely reactions. This paragraph can be a bit long, okay? What will be the likely reaction and all, and the conclusion. So now I'm going to go a little quick because the main part is over, the calculation part is over, and I hope you know how to answer and all. So now we are going to go with the likely reaction. What is it? If you see, okay, which one is giving the highest offer for Thai company? It is 40%, the share for share. And if you see the Oppo, that share for share is not good for Oppo because that itself is giving you the lowest return. But the best offer for Oppo is cash because it is giving the highest return. For Thai, it is the share for share. Mixed offer, if you see in both of this condition, it is in between the share and the cash offer, share for share. Okay. And cash offer is giving the lowest for Thai. So when you give likely reactions, don't say cash offer is giving the highest and lowest to this company and that company, therefore this is good or that is bad. Then share for share offer is giving, then mixed offer is giving the lowest and highest for Thai company, and that's it. That is not reaction. That is not called reaction. Reaction means how are they going to react? Are they going to react positively to cash offer, or are they going to react negatively? What could be the impact if they choose that one? What could be the positive impact? What could be the negative impact? Look at the requirements again. I will show you the requirement. The word says evaluate. Very important is this word, because the reason why is evaluate means pros and cons. Whenever the word evaluate comes, whether it's for acquisition and merger, whether it's for reconstruction, whether it's for risk management, evaluate means you have to give advantages and disadvantages of a method or an offer or whatever it is. Okay, and it's for 7 marks. 7 marks. So at least 7 points you have to give if you want to do full justice with those 7 marks. Okay, and this also, how are you going to write this answer? This also you can divide into paragraphs. You can write in different paragraphs. How? You can divide between the two companies. That means you can write this in 2 different paragraphs. One we are writing for Oppo company shareholders reaction. The other one you are writing for the Thai company shareholders reaction. Okay. Now you can start it in any order. Either you could start for the Oppo or either for the Thai company. It does not matter. You start with which paragraph. Okay. Order does not matter here. You can start with any. Okay. So let's start with Thai company because he's the target company. He's the one who is going to sell his company. So let's see. So the answer is Thai company shareholders are likely to consider all the offers made because they all fall within the range of premiums paid in previous acquisition. They all fall within the range of 15 to 40%. That means it's good. They will consider. That means they will not reject any of this offer. They will consider all the offer because all the three are between 15 to 40%, between that range. Okay. So you can read the answer by yourself. I'm not going to write this answer over here, but I can read the answer for you. Okay. Starting Thai company shareholders are likely to consider all the offers made because they all fall within the range of premiums paid in the previous accusation. Please mention about the premium range. Okay, whenever you talk about range, they fall within a range. You have to mention the range. Okay, 15 to 40%. It is given. So the cash offer. Now start by explaining one offer. Okay, you can either take. Don't take different paragraphs because it becomes very confusing. You have too many different paragraphs. Okay. So in one paragraph itself, you can write about all the three methods for Thai company. Okay, starting with cash offer. So if you see the cash offer, it gives the lowest return, so that you can say cash offer is at the lower end of the range. The share for share is at the top end of the range, and the mix offer is in between. It is likely that Thai. Okay, it is likely that Thai will be more attractive. Which one? Share for share definitely is 40%, right? As it maximizes their return. So however, this offer is reliant on the fact, remember now they are giving the disadvantage. If they go for share for, there's a disadvantage. What is it? This offers reliant on the fact that the expected synergy benefits will be realized, and they will probably need to analyze the likelihood of this. They have to see the likelihood. How much synergy can be realized through this? Because it depends on the expected synergy benefit. Okay? Because let's say if the synergies are higher, based on that value only, share prices will come. The share for share offer will be beneficial. But in cash, it's not like that. Cash does not care about your synergy and all. Cash is fixed. Okay. That's why we had to calculate all that share price after accusation, the share value after accusation, on all those things. It depends on that additional value. Remember, we calculated the percentage gain based on the additional value. So that additional value means what? Synergy only. So it is relying on synergy. Okay. Cash payment. Now they are going to cash payment. They are telling the disadvantage or advantages of it. Cash payment although much lower, gives a certainty of return. Even though, although, see, look at the connecting words they are using. Cash though, although. So this words you have to use. Perhaps, although, maybe, sometimes, could be, but, and. Okay. Cash payment, although much lower, it gives a certainty of return. You are certain that you are going to get this return. Okay, in the cash payment. So the mixed offer, now you're talking about the mixed offer. We talked about share for share, we talked about cash, next is mixed offer. So the mixed offer provides some of the certainty of a cash payment. So, see, mixed offer has both cash and share, so the cash element of it will be certain. Okay, but again it offers a higher return compared to the cash offer. Yes, compared to cash, yes, mixed offer is higher. Okay, this return is roughly in the middle of the premium range. It's middle. It may therefore prove to be better option for Thai company share. Can you see? They are saying the mixed offer may therefore prove to be a better option for the Thai company's shareholder. This is how you have to end your answer. Next, we are going to the Oppo company shareholder, and with that we are going to conclusion and we are going to end this. Oppo company shareholder, if you see, okay, just see the number, okay, may benefit less from the accusation compared to Thai company. Just see in all the three scenarios, Oppo is in the worst position compared to Thai. 11.2 compared to 15.8, 6.4 compared to 40%, 9.7 compared to 23.4%. So in all the three conditions, they are not benefiting as much as Thai company. That could be the first line. In the second paragraph, you can write, okay. In each case, they get less than the additional value created of 12%. Just compare this. Less than 12%. Okay, just compare all these three. It is less than this 12%. Okay. So this could be for a Thai company, Oppo company. Okay, I'm just showing you the answer. It's not in bold. Okay. So this could be in paragraph. Leave one line and then you write about Oppo. Okay, few lines. So just say 3-4 lines and 3-4 lines and then conclusion. So now, with the cash payment offering the highest return of 11.2%, okay? Make sure that in the likely reaction part you mention numbers, okay? From the table, which is below 12, so 11.2 is just below 12%, okay? The share for share gives the least return, just over 6.4, which is just half of 12%, which is not so good. Don't say so good. This is my opinion. I'm just saying, okay? You can read the answer. Just make sure that you read the answer. Nevertheless, with the option cash is retained within Oppo, okay? Yes, and that can be used for other value creating objectives. Yes, the good thing is when you go for cash, okay, cash is retained within Oppo that can be used for other value creating objectives. That means when you go for share, they are saying even though it's a lease payment, but cash is retained, because what happens for share, it's in the paper. You're not losing anything, no cash, you're not giving anything in cash. That cash you can use for some other investment, because this you are just giving your share for their share, that's it. So in that way it's beneficial because cash is retained within Oppo, okay? Oppo's company shareholders may also prefer mixed offer. Yes, Oppo may also prefer mixed, because it is between share and cash. Also, the less resources, cash resources are used compared to cash. Yes, when you use cash offer, even though it's highest return, but in the mix offer, less cash will be used. Okay, and they still benefit from a significant proportion of additional value created. See, even though 11.2 is highest, but 9.7% is also not that bad compared to this 12%, right? That's what they're saying. Conclusion, definitely conclusion I will write for you, because your conclusion depends on it. Everything depends on conclusion. It needs to be very strong. Your introduction and conclusion will tell. When someone reads your introduction or conclusion, they will be able to tell how much prepared you are or how much you know about it. Your depth of the report will, someone will understand looking at your introduction and conclusion. Not introduction, but definitely a conclusion. So make sure that your conclusion you keep very strong. Okay? What is it? Paste. Okay. Don't forget to remove the bold. Okay? Don't keep your this thing in bold. And this is the last part. With this, question 1 is over. Any doubt? Let me know in the comments below. Based on the benefits, okay, according to both sets of shareholders, make a note of this. Just see how I'm using short. I'm making the sentence shorter and shorter. I'm not saying acquiring to Thai shareholders and Oppo shareholders. I'm just saying both. Rather than using both the names separate, two separate names, I'm just saying both. Just using one word and finishing it. So try to make your conclusion small, okay? Even your introduction. So based on the benefit, if you see the percentage gain, acquiring which are for the both shareholders, okay? Can you say which one is the best? No, you cannot say. So that's what you're writing. It is not possible to conclusively say. Look at the words they are using. Conclusively. Why? What is the meaning of conclusively? You cannot reach to a conclusion. That's what you meant. You can say, okay, this one based on highest return, but then they have this a disadvantage. So this might be an offer. You are just giving just an advice, but not you cannot very firmly say that this is only the best. Okay, so it is not possible to conclusively say or state anything. Okay, state that accusation one method of accusation payment would be acceptable. I forgot the so funny that I myself forgot the spelling of acceptable. It's okay, it happens sometimes when too much is going in your mind. This is what happens. You keep on forgetting the easy things also. To both, just see both side of shareholders, right? You cannot say which payment is. You can write the sentence in your own words also, okay? But meaning will be same only. You cannot decide. However, but at least you have to give something based on your own opinion, okay? However, that's why the word comes however. Both sets of shareholders. These are connecting words, okay? However, all those things. It comes in your intro conclusion. Both sets of However, both sets of shareholders may be persuaded that the mixed offer. Just see. You have to be very alert about your spelling also at the same time, okay? Mixed offer provides a reasonable compromise. Look at the word they're using. Mixed offer, okay? They may be persuaded. Look at the words, languages they're using. You have to use such vocabulary in your conclusion, okay? They may be persuaded. You are not saying they are or they have to use this. No, you are saying they may be persuaded that the mixed offer, okay? Any one you have to select and say it provides a reasonable. You are not giving a firm authority or a firm an answer. You cannot, in AFM, that's the nature of AFM. You can never give a firm answer. Whenever conclusion or recommendation is asked, you always have to use these words. They may be persuaded, it may be, it provides a reasonable something, okay? Reasonable. Even in audit also, if you do, you never provide 100% assurance. You provide reasonable assurance only. So same for the report in AFM also. Reasonable compromise. Compromise, okay? Between the between holy cash and holy, sorry, it's double L. Share for share prices. Once you read, make sure you read it to yourself. Conclusion, okay? So that you can see for any mistakes also. Both sides of shareholders may be pursued the means of a provides a reasonable compromise between holy cash and this one. Something it is reasonable, right, between the two for both the parties. Okay, given that. That's why when you study anything, the theory parts and all, always read the conclusion of the examiner. What they have given in the answer, read their conclusion. You will come to learn more and see what are the points they have included. And look at the the angles. Okay, they are seeing an answer, they are writing an answer from different angles, not just one perspective, high or low. Okay, they are giving all the angles and they are talking 360 degrees. They are seeing it from there. So when you write your conclusion, also make sure that you see from it all the angles. So given that synergy benefits are shared, okay, make sure that you talk about this synergy benefits. If you see synergy benefits, that 720 was not equal between the two, okay? It was not 360. It was more for, I think, Thai and then less for the Oppo company. Given the synergy benefits are shared, even if not equally, okay? In the bracket you are writing even if not equally. Both company share prices, okay? Should increase if the accusation proceeds. Definitely. If the share price does not, then why would they go? Right? As long as the estimates, whenever estimates are there, you have to write this in the conclusion about estimates, okay? When you're dealing in estimates, even in net present value, your investment appraisal also. As long as estimates, when estimating valuations, because see, when you value the company or accusation, what did you value it on? Estimates only. You are just estimating. Because look at the requirement. If you are unsure, just see the word estimate, estimate. It's just an estimation. It might not be accurate. If it's not accurate, your whole conclusion will change based on that. Okay, so that's why this line you have to write. Even for investment appraisal also. Because there also for net present value, what are we using? All estimates only. So as long as the estimates, when estimating, okay, this you can write at the end, the last line in conclusion, okay? Estimating the valuation. But for business valuation, definitely this conclusion, estimates you have to talk about, because business valuations are always on estimates only, are reasonably accurate. Because you are assuming they are reasonably accurate, this you have to write in your conclusion. Okay, based on this, if they are estimated correct, then they should go by this. Because if it changes, conclusion will change. Full stop. Okay, next. After this only, if you see the answer, it comes like this: date compiled by and the date. Okay, not date compiled by, the report compiled by, I'm sorry. So now if you want to mention, like you can just copy paste from Excel if you want. Let's see, you want to copy from Excel. Let us see that you want to copy paste it here. Just see, it came like this, right? If you see this comes without a table. That's why it's very important that you first install a table over here and then copy paste. First you can install and then you can copy paste over here if it comes like this. Okay, even this, it comes as it is. So you can do some addition over here, you can do this. Okay, but normally when this is the way the report looks. You have been given this, you have to write this: report to home, name of the company, brief introduction, then if estimates and a lot of calculations are there, summary of those estimates, then mention the appendix number, then the main answer you have to write like this, just in one line, and the main number. And then if it's a summary, then it's a table like this. Then likely reactions you write in one or two or three depending on how many shareholders or whatever it is. Then the conclusion, and when it's estimates, talk about estimates, okay, and all these things. If you just, it's just in 4 line, and then after the conclusion, if you see the answer, it comes like that: report compiled by date, and after that all your appendices, whatever you did in Excel, it comes here. Okay, the other thing you could do is you can write your appendix and everything here. If you have to do a major table like this or some calculation, you can do it here, and then you can copy paste like this. Wait, see, like this in Excel, where we have to use the free cash flow to equity 4 years. This you can do in Excel, and then round up, and the rounded up figure you can copy paste in the Word. That's also you can do after you make a table. Okay, that is also possible, which saves a lot of time also. Rather than copying the whole thing, just round up and then copy paste the rounded figure in the MS Word. That also you can do. So that's it for this. See you in my next video. My next video I will be talking about a question on the investment appraisal. That will be on net present value, adjusted present value. Okay. Definitely on the, I think I will do a question on both. The reason is because adjusted present value also comes. So on that I will do separately, on net present value a separate question. And then reconstruction and reorganization is left. So I think three more questions. One on net present value, the other one on adjusted present value, and the other one is on reconstructions and reorganization. After that, AFM part I'm over. And after that, best of luck for the exam, and make sure that you see all this video. It's very important because you're giving the exam on CBE platform, and I don't think anyone out there will give you so much of detail relating to how to answer on CBE platform in AFM. So I think every one of you should take this advantage. I mean, come on, go out and just share it with your friends and take care. Best of luck. See you in my next video.